This is Ian Cameron for Sportsbook Review with your college basketball play of the day for Saturday, February the 11th. We're going to West Coast late night action with our play of the day for Saturday. The West Coast Conference. I know Gonzaga St. Mary's, of course, is the game everybody's talking about from this West Coast Conference on this Saturday card. Why not? I mean, it's a battle for first. Can undefeated Gonzaga stay that way against a St. Mary's team that will be very tough to beat on their home court? We know that's the game of the day in the conference, but we're not talking about that one here for play of the day. We're talking about, well, the game involving the next two best teams in the West Coast Conference. Basically, this is your de facto third place game in the West Coast Conference. It's the BYU Cougars and the San Francisco Dons. Following Gonzaga and St. Mary's, there's not much doubt that the next two best teams in the West Coast Conference are these two teams, BYU and San Francisco. And they are pretty much battling it out, even 8-5 conference records, basically be duking it out here for third place, current possession of third place in the West Coast Conference. San Francisco a 2-point home favorite, total of 154. And here we go again with BYU on the road, and I'm talking about their point spread struggles. They had issues covering numbers on the road last year. It's been a repeated pattern of problems for them in recent seasons, and it's been a problem again this year. BYU 1-7 against the spread in their last 8 road games. Really a terrible road loss last time out at Pepperdine, 99-83 loss as 9-point road favorites. A terrible performance, terrible defensively from this BYU team. Pepperdine shooting 37 of 64, just absolutely lighting it up from the floor against BYU defensively. And, you know, BYU again on the defensive end of the basketball court on the road is not exactly trustworthy. They've given up more points. They allow a much higher field goal percentage on the road than they do at home. It's been a problem in years past. It's been a problem again this season. Now you got to go to a San Francisco team on the road here, a second straight road game now for this BYU team, second road game in 3 days, and you're facing a San Francisco team that's 12-3 straight up at home this season. It's a team that's won 3 straight home games, it's actually 5 straight home games in West Coast Conference play. They beat Pacific, Portland, Pepperdine, Loyola Marymount, and Santa Clara. The last home loss came against St. Mary's, 63-52 for this San Francisco team, but they did cover the number at home in that basketball game. You know, it's a team that has done a very good job protecting home court in the conference, and they lost to BYU in both games last year, including an ugly loss at home, 114-89. They lost by 10 to BYU in the previous meeting this season back in January in Provo, 85-75 win for BYU. But San Francisco did get the money in that game. They were 12.5-point underdogs, covered the number in that 10-point loss at BYU. I think finally this is an opportunity for San Francisco to show they can beat this BYU team. I think BYU's vulnerable right now. Again, they've been awful from a point spread perspective on the road. Their defense hasn't traveled with them very well. And San Francisco is going to be chomping at the bit for this game. I really do think they have a good opportunity to beat BYU, and it doesn't help that BYU's a little battling some injuries as well. LJ Rose out indefinitely with a knee injury. He's an important piece to this team. Corbin Kafusi, the center, questionable with an illness. So they've got some issues here in terms of injuries. It's going to test this BYU's team in terms of depth today. And again, when you're playing your second road game in 3 days like BYU is here, boy, injuries and some depth concerns, it's not exactly what you want going on the road against what should be a motivated team that has played very well recently on their home court. So I think you know where I'm going, which direction. Let's go ahead, make it official with our college basketball play of the day for Saturday, February the 11th. It's going to be San Francisco -2, rotation number 688. The Dons -2 against the BYU Cougars. That is your play of the day for Saturday in college basketball. All right, that will wrap it up. I'm Ian Cameron for Sportsbook Review. Until next time, enjoy the games and good luck.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SBR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.